Hi everybody, this is Diane. I did a video this morning and I was showing the ephemera that I gathered all around me to put into the journals that I'm making, and then I thought, while I have all of these out, maybe I should talk about the ephemera itself, and it's vintage ephemera, most of it, and tell you where I got it and where maybe you might be able to find some if you can't get it at flea markets and stuff. So I started out the video saying that I was going to be putting stuff in the journal, but I ended up not doing that because I spent too much time talking about the ephemera itself. So I'm doing this new intro. I'm going to cut off the original intro. Hopefully it'll all work. So what you're going to see in this video is just me showing you the ephemera that I pulled to use in these journals and where I got it from and things like that. So if you're interested in seeing vintage ephemera, and some of it's not vintage, but just where I got my ephemera that I'm actually going to be putting in these journals, this is the video for you. And then there will be another video where we're actually adding inserts into the pockets and embellishments onto the pages where I'm using this ephemera. So stay tuned and I'll show you some of the things that we might be using. Okay, so right next to me, I have vintage photographs. I get these at flea markets, and I have been pretty lucky in the last couple of years finding photographs, and I've sold a lot of them because I found so many that I have to destash some. But I love using old photographs in journals, so we'll be using some of those today. And then also right next to me is a collection of vintage can labels. Now some of these I have found at flea markets or antique malls, but they're expensive, and these are in really good shape. So they're about $1 each, which may not sound like a lot, but when you want 10 of them, you know, you get just 10 labels for 10 bucks. So I have just picked up a few here and there, and probably they were a little bit cheaper because I don't want to pay $1 each. Some of them I know I did. So I went online to eBay and looked for can labels, and I was able to get packages of them with 100. Most of these had 100 in the pack, and I don't remember how much they were per pack, but it was way less than $1 each, way less. So I divided up my packs and sold a bunch of packs of those so that I wouldn't have such a huge stash. So if I see things that I would like and I can't find them at flea markets, I do look on eBay. All right, and then I have these old books, and this has been, I've had collected these for years. So little autograph books. This one was unused, but I like the pastel papers in it. And this one is beautiful, but the papers are gone, I noticed. I used them, must be, and more. And this one has writing in it and stains on it. These are just so fun to include. So autograph books or old memo books like this. This is 1950, and I use these pages quite a bit. So I find these at flea markets. And a lot of you say you don't have the flea markets that I do. So I do offer collections of some of my things from time to time in my shop. And I'm just saying you can look on eBay for things like I did. This is something you can often find at thrift stores, and this is receipts. So I don't think this is extremely old, but it has the kind that would, I guess you'd write here and it would show up here, because this one says copy, so they're paired together. But I like taking these out and using them as writing spaces in journals. Same with this one, rent receipts. This is an older one. So I got this at a flea market. I paid $2 for this little book, which is amazing. So I have more of these things. I just grabbed a couple out of my drawer where I keep them. And these kind of receipts too, I get at flea markets. Okay, then I have game money. So if you see games at thrift stores, take a look inside and see if there are pieces you can use, especially the money. This is Monopoly Junior, that's why the money is so small, but I do have some of the regular size. And this one is just a pack of play money. Didn't come in a game. And then somebody sent this to me in a Happy Mail, and I'm thrilled with it. Oh, here's the regular Monopoly money. Travel Monopoly. So the little game cards are small, and the money is tiny. So that's fun for embellishments. So thrift stores and flea markets for games. Oh, these I had to go to eBay for. These are not things I usually find at flea markets. I have found some, and I'm always delighted when I find them. But these are vintage index tabs, and I also have vintage Denison labels, but I got them on eBay. I've gotten some shipping labels at flea markets, but see, these are little like fabric tabs, and they're gummed, so you could just wet them and put them on your page. And that one's empty. This one has the numbers on it. So I got a lot of these things. They were sold all together on eBay. And these are just smaller ones that don't have writing. So we're going to use some of those. I have the German scrap. I did get these at an antique mall. And I don't think they're really old, but they were all together on sheets, and I had to cut them apart. So I got different ones, and they weren't cheap, even not going to eBay. But, I mean, they were like $8 for a sheet, but I got a lot of things in one sheet. One of my favorite things to find at flea markets, and it's kind of rare to find them, are the gift seals and gift tags for packages for birthday gifts and wedding gifts and things like that. So these are gift seals, they called them, and they were just little stickers to decorate your packages. And I've gotten them at various times through the years going to the flea markets. So that's what these are all from, different collections that I have found. And they're usually not very expensive when I find them. And I just got these this year, little animal. These are like Denison stickers that kids would get to put on their work papers for school or Sunday school. I just got them this year at the flea market. And I also love the little gift cards that you would attach to a tag with the recipient's name on it, attached to a package, I mean. So I've gotten some of these at flea markets also, but I looked for them on eBay because I was running low. They're not that easy to spot at the flea markets. So I did look for them on eBay, and you can see I got a lot of 35 and a lot of 50. So I'm all set for a while. I think these came out of a Victorian scrapbook. So they're just little Victorian decorative pieces. So these are more of the gift tags that I actually got at the flea market, or they came out of a scrapbook that I actually purchased at a flea market. And these are little stickers. It's like a whole stack instead of being in a little perforated book. Just a whole stack of them. And there were other flowers too. So all of these little things, I love finding the little things like this at flea markets. So if you don't have flea markets near you, I'm showing you things that you might be able to look for and find on eBay. Another thing I have are images cut from vintage magazines, and I cut them out and use them for all kinds of things, but these are here so I can make them into paper clips. Like this one is made into a paper clip. And I've got all of these that I can use as embellishments or make into paper clips. I love using products out of old magazines to make paper clips. So I will be turning some of these into paper clips so that I can put them in these journals, because I don't have a lot made. I don't know if I'll do that on video. I can talk about how I do it. Paper clips, actually. They're fun to add to journals. And I typically just look for the large metal paper clips at Walmart or whatever, but metal, not plastic. And then you can embellish these. You can dye them with alcohol ink. You can add ribbon to them. You can make things like this with them. And if you can find the shaped ones in the craft departments, that's good too. I'm picky about my paper clips, the shapes that I want to use. But I did look on Amazon for these. I looked for tiny paper clips, and I got these. Love them. I think they're a little bit bigger than the Tim Holtz tiny paper clips, which I like. And then for these, I've seen these in other people's journals, and so I searched on Amazon for wide paper clips, and that's where I got them. And then I got these at a thrift store. So it's fun to find unique paper clips to use. Tabs are a good thing to keep on hand. I have a tab punch, so when I have scraps of paper, I just punch out tabs and throw them in here. I also have some dies, and with my Cricut I can cut tabs. And I have cut some digital. I printed some digital tabs. Like this is from a potato bag. So I saved that. But I also have bread clips in here because I can just glue these without the paper. The bread clips without the paper. I can glue those to the top of a tag. But some of these are digital that I printed on cardstock and cut out. So I have a lot of tabs in here. If you have a tab punch like I do, it's so quick and easy. You don't have to have them made ahead of time. Just take your scraps from what you're creating with and just punch out a tab and you've got it right there. But I like to have a bunch of them. Well, I like to use up my scraps that way, so I punch them. Did we already look in here? No. This one has some stamped embellishments. So your small stamps, I cut them out, stamped them in different colors and cut them out. I did this in a recent video. And other little things are in here from various things. I even have little price tags, little price stickers that I took off of things that I got at the flea market. And these are just vintage reinforcements that I found at the flea market. Like, you have to glue them because sticky doesn't usually work on them anymore. I think though you had to moisten them anyway. And this is a roll of these little stickers, little labels that I got at the flea market years ago. Sometimes I stamp on them. I have this. I bought this at a flea market. Love this little ballerina chocolates box. But I keep my milk caps in it. So I'm amazed at how many milk caps I find at the flea market. I don't know if I found any this year, but I know I found a bunch last year. Maybe it was early, I don't know. Anyway, the first year I found bottle caps. Well, it was actually the first year I actually started going to flea markets. And I was so amazed that I found them. But I keep finding them. And I'm not complaining about it. I've sold a bunch of them. And I have a separate container that I keep for myself where I keep one of each. So if I got a whole package of these, I'll take one out and put it in my box. And if I have a variety, I love it when I find a bag with a variety I'll take one of each and put it in my box, just for me to keep because I love them. So I have a lot of note caps I can use. I'm not showing you all these things to brag about how much stuff I have. You know, I've been going to flea markets for years, and I do go to Amazon, or yeah, Amazon, but for vintage stuff I'll go to eBay and pick things up. But mostly I try to get things at flea markets. Labels are a difficult thing to find at flea markets, though. I have found some, and they're not cheap. Like, I have bought labels for 50 cents or $1 each, and like I said, it adds up. So I saw Danielle from 11 Dancing Dandelions using these little brown jug syrup labels a lot. So I looked for them on eBay, and look at them. I got, I don't know what it was, a pack of 100 or something. So maybe they're still available. And I looked for other labels before that, and I found some evaporated milk labels, which I think this one is so pretty. And these are unused. These were used, and they have some, you know, drips on them. And so these kinds of things are not cheap, but this was a really good deal. And the soda labels. I got a nice deal, I think, on these packs of green and pink. I think they were separate. I think I bought them separately, but I'm not sure. I like the size. They're small, and I like that. And I'm not sure. I think I may have gotten these on eBay, too. I know I didn't get them at a flea market, but some things like this I did get at a flea market for like $1 each. Or it wasn't in a flea market. It was a antique mall. But I love using the labels. For add-ins, flashcards are always fun. And I don't usually like to pick up the newer ones, but I loved these. And I got both of these boxes on Etsy. I think I got them from my friend Leslie, who has a store called Vintage Paper Emporium. And it was a good deal buying the whole box, and that's how she was selling them. So I got this box of clocks telling time, and this box of, I don't see the lid for it, but it's pictures. And I just thought they were fun, so I did get those, even though they're new. Not new, but they're not vintage. Any kind of fun things you can get. These I got years ago at the flea market. It was a good size bag full of different florist hang tags. And I don't have a lot left. I sold a lot of them. I've used a lot of them. I don't have a lot left at this point. But I love them. I got some fun stuff in here. I have tickets. I did buy assorted tickets on Amazon. But this, I got a whole roll of yellow tickets at a little thrift store type of thing just this summer. So I love using tickets. And keep watching my channel and my shop, because I got a variety of real pretty unique tickets that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to be putting them in bundles. They don't look like this. I sold some of these before. This is something unique I found at the flea market, and I have found them twice. These stencils for numbers and letters, and I love the size of these. But then I found some big ones too, so I ended up getting those too. These are both numbers and letters. So these are a fun addition and something unique. And the value stamps, I find these quite a bit at flea markets, especially the green stamps in my area. But I've got a nice collection of those, so we'll be using them. I have this little box that I have all organized with small tags that I've gotten in various places. So I think most of these I've gotten from Amazon. These tags, these little tags. And various merchandise labels in different colors. Or sale. These sale things might have come from eBay, but they're not vintage. So just some of these I cut from with my Cricut. Some half index cards. I bought this pack of half index cards in pretty colors from, I think, a flea market or a thrift store. And then some slightly bigger tags. These came from eBay or Amazon, probably eBay. So, and then you can get the little garment tags. This came from Staples. I have some dyed ones. So I just keep all my little tags in this box here. And this is what I organize for sitting next to me while I'm crafting. I have these. I don't even know where I got these. I may have gotten these from Amazon or from Etsy. I never find these at the thrift store or flea market. And I do find coasters from time to time. These I actually picked up at a restaurant that my family and I went to. I took all their coasters. And I looked for these on eBay because I was running out of paper coasters. Now these are backed with something that will not glue down. So you have to sew them down, or if you can, this one is just paper on the back. But if you can remove the plastic, do it. But if you can't, which normally you can't, because it's embossed right onto it. Well, that one just came right off after I said that. So I can glue that down. I could glue that to cardstock and glue it down. Then some, little die cuts that I have made, and some playing cards. Playing cards are fun. I've gotten them at flea markets. I got a lot of them at flea markets this year. Love this sandwich card game that I picked up at a flea market. But some of the cards that I picked up this year, I had to dispose of because I couldn't get the smell out. They smelled really bad. But I did find some really good ones this year. And these I actually picked up from eBay, the Morton Salt Girl. And I got these on eBay. Not on eBay. I got these at a flea market. I was so excited to see these, a bag of those. And I think it was a pretty big bag. I wonder if this is all I have. I think I sold a few. I mean, it wasn't a big bag, but there were a lot in it. And I think he sold them for $5, which I thought, that's okay. Because I love them. Mallow Cup cards. Then I have this little bag here with just little bits, and they came from various things. That's a number from a pattern, I believe. I got some little vintage gift cards or note cards or something. It says Hallmark, and these were attached. It was a card in an envelope, and there was this little teardrop-shaped paper clip. You can see the rust mark from it, holding the price sticker to each card. So I removed the stickers, and put them in this bag so I can use them. They're not stickers, they're just little pieces of paper. So all kinds of fun things. And I just have some digitals back here and some of the Dennison gummed labels and things. I think that's all digitals. And I picked up some lottery tickets at the flea market. Different. This was at the flea market. The outdoor one. All these. I just love the colors. And they're from the 70s. And then these I picked up at the Barnes. They were kind of expensive. They were $3, I think, for a pack. And the pack wasn't huge. It was like this. But I thought, they're from the 70s. I love the colors. They were fun. So I've got a lot of lottery tickets. So just all kinds of fun things to look for when you go out and about at your flea markets and thrift stores. I think that's all I'll show you. Oh, I got some old tickets too. I've gotten those at various places. So I don't know if I saved enough time for actually doing the work. I think this is going to be a separate video. So this is a bonus. I'll put this out on Sunday maybe. And then on Monday, we will actually do the decorating in this. So, okay, since we're not going to do any decorating, let me just show you a few more things while we've got time. A few more things to be on the lookout for. Vintage ephemera. I find a lot of things like this at flea markets. Sometimes they're expensive. Sometimes I get a really good price on them, especially if I get them in a batch or in a scrapbook that I have to take apart. I do have a scrapbook that I still have to take apart. I got it this summer and I've had it for several months. A couple anyway. And I still haven't taken it apart because it involves soaking the pages to get the glue to release. Here's a label that I picked up at a flea market. I just find all kinds of fun little vintage pieces like these at the flea markets. Cards. I think I got this batch on Etsy. Little calendars, flashcards. I love finding old flashcards at the flea market. The music ones I had to go to eBay for. I wanted some music ones, and I ordered 2 different times, so I have 2 types of music cards. And I love the pastel colors. They're not extremely vintage, but they're music and I love them. And I love the ones when I find them with pictures, which I don't very often. That one's got chewed up. I love these romper room ones. That was a good find. So I have math ones, the music one. Oh, this is another batch of music ones, and these are older. I don't know how old they are. I have no way of knowing, but they are a little bit yellowed, so they're older than the other ones that I got. So flashcards, postcards, all fun stuff. I think that's all I have down for out. Some more flashcards, some bigger ones. Then, of course, cutting ephemera from vintage books, or even newer books if you can find them. I have recipe cards, bingo cards, if I can find vintage tags, that's awesome, but they're rare to find, especially printed ones like these. So I guess that's it. That's all I'm going to show you today. And I'll be back to show you how we're going to use some of these in this journal. So come on back, and I hope you had fun taking a tour of some of my things. And I hope you'll be able to find some for yourself on eBay, or go to the thrift stores around you, or if you have flea markets, keep your eyes open. Estate sales. I didn't mention estate sales, so some of this stuff I may have gotten there, but if you can find some paper items at estate sales, that's really fun too. So I am going to get on with my day, and I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll do some decorating. Thanks for coming along today. See you soon. Have a creative day. Bye.